Good evening. Don't wait for your feelings to change to take the action. Take the action and your feelings will change. Welcome to BMC News Live in English, brought to you by Al Hilal Hospital and Medical Centers. I'm Vinod Narayan, joining you with the daily news updates. Today's headlines. Medical facilities set aside for Sehati trial run. Health Minister highlighted development projects. Saudi introduced customs clearance within 2 hours initiative at all ports. Saudi announced up to 1 million Riyal fine for tourism facilities violating rules. UAE and Gulf braced for rain and thunder this week. News in detail. Medical facilities set aside for Sehati trial run. 38 medical facilities have been earmarked to provide services under the health insurance scheme, Sehati. These include 11 hospitals and 27 health centers, according to an order published in the latest edition of the official gazette by Supreme Council for Health President, Lieutenant General Dr. Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdullah Al Khalifa. Health Minister highlighted development projects. Health Minister Dr. Jalila bint Al Sayed Jawad Hassan met MP Abdullah Khalifa Al Ramaihi and commended fruitful cooperation between the executive and legislation branches of government. She highlighted the health insurance scheme, stressing the ministry's keenness on supporting the quality of services to ensure the efficiency and sustainability. The minister discussed with a lawmaker key issues related to the health sector and ways to further support development projects and initiatives, hailing cooperation between the executive and legislative branches. The lawmaker expressed thanks and gratitude to the minister, commending efforts to develop the health sector and enhance the standard of services. High Committee for Hajj and Umrah Affairs held meeting. Justice, Islamic Affairs and Endowments Minister Nawaf bin Muhammad Al Mawda chaired the first meeting of the High Committee for Hajj and Umrah Affairs. The panel was updated about the visit, which was made by the ministry's delegation to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to sign agreements related to the pilgrimage season and attend the Hajj and Umrah conference and exhibition. The committee members stressed fruitful cooperation between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to serve Bahrain pilgrims. They hailed the ability of Saudi authorities to return to the pre-pandemic pilgrimage levels. They praised the Saudi initiative to reduce the cost of insurance for Umrah performers by 63% and for pilgrims by 73%. The committee decided to allow the temporary merging of Hajj and Umrah this year's Hajj season, while maintaining the levels of services. It also discussed plans to enhance services provided to Bahraini pilgrims, including those related to pilgrims' camps and holy sites facilities. Thunderstorms expected in Bahrain on Tuesday and Wednesday. Bahrain is expected to witness thunderstorms tomorrow and on Wednesday. The eastern region of the Arabian Peninsula and the Gulf will be affected by air depression, followed by cloud condensation, with chances for scattered intermittent rain in the coming days, according to an official source at the Transportation and Telecommunications Ministry's Meteorological Department. Speaker stressed the importance of supporting national sporting events. Speaker Ahmed bin Salman Al Musallam stressed the significance of supporting the national sporting activities and achieving the desired goals under the comprehensive development march of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa. He also praised the efforts of the government led by His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, in developing the youth and sports sector. He was speaking as he received Chairman of the Bahrain International Federations of Sports for All, Head of the High Organizing Committee of Bahrain Sports Day, Isa Muhammad Abdul Rahim, who presented to the Council of Representatives an open invitation to participate in Bahrain Sports Day, which will be held over 3 days in February. The speaker stressed the Council's support to Bahrain sport in light of the continuous efforts exerted by representatives of His Majesty, the King for Humanitarian Work and Youth Affairs, Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa. LMRE conducted 4 inspection campaigns across all governorates. The Labour Market Regulatory Authority and the Ministry of Interior continue joint efforts to intensify inspection campaigns against illegal practices in the labour market in order to preserve a competitive, fair and stable labour market. LMRE conducted 4 joint inspection campaigns. The first campaign was conducted in the Capital Governorate in coordination with the General Directorate of Crime Detection in Forensic Evidence and the General Directorate of Verdict Enforcement in Alternative Sentencing, and the other campaign was undertaken in the Muharraq Governorate in coordination with the General Directorate of Crime Detection and Forensic Evidence of the Ministry of Interior. LMRE also conducted a joint inspection campaign in the Northern Governorate in coordination with the Nationality, Passports and Residence Affairs and the Governorate's respective police directorate, in addition to a campaign conducted by the LMRE enforcement sector in the Southern Governorate. The campaigns resulted in reporting violations related to the labour market and residency laws. The reported cases were referred for legal action. Minimum wage system must for Bahrain private sector, said General Federation of Bahrain Trade Union Secretary General. Rising expenses and low income are among the long-standing concerns haunting expatriate workers in Bahrain. Many expatriates here also claim to receive salaries lower than BD 200, which they say makes it is impossible for them to live in a world that is growing super expensive with each passing day. The ground realities are hard to digest, but there is a way out, said the Secretary General Abdul Qadir Al-Shahabi of the General Federation of Bahrain Trade Unions. For this, he called for setting up a minimum wage system in the private sector and a Supreme Council for Wages to review the wages periodically and boost workers' purchasing power. According to Al-Shahabi, the root cause of the issue lies in the lack of a minimum wage system. Now we will be back after a very short break. The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahala. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain, with over a decade of existence in Bahrain. Exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
വാട്ടിയ വാഴയിലയിൽ കുത്തരിച്ചോറും പരിപ്പും പപ്പടവും സാമ്പാറും അവിയലും തോരനുമൊക്കെയായി ഒരു പൊതിച്ചോറ് കിട്ടിയാലോ? കൊതിച്ചു നിൽക്കാതെ വരൂ മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റിലേക്ക്. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യൻ, ചൈനീസ്, ഗ്രിൽ തുടങ്ങിയ വ്യത്യസ്ത രുചിഭേദങ്ങൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആസ്വദിക്കാം ഫാമിലി ഫസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റായ മോനോയിൽ നിന്നും. കൂടാതെ പാർട്ടി ഹാൾ, പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർക്കിംഗ്, ലൈസൻസ്, ഷീഷ, ലൈവ് മ്യൂസിക് എന്നിവയും ലഭ്യമാണ്. മോനോ ലൗഞ്ച് ആൻഡ് റെസ്റ്റോറന്റ് ആഫ്റ്റർ സിയാം ഗാരേജ്, ലുലു ഡാന മോൾ റോഡ്, ബുർഹാമ. കോൺടാക്ട് നമ്പർ 7793 4111 3363 4111.
Welcome back. Saudi introduced customs clearance within 2 hours initiative at all ports. The Zakat Tax and Customs Authority announced on Sunday the start of implementing customs clearance within 2 hours initiative in all its land, sea and airports. This is after completing the phase that witnessed continuous cooperation and coordination at the customs clearance system in the authorities' bid to make Saudi Arabia a global logistic platform. This announcement was made during the Zakat Tax and Customs Authority celebration of International Customs Day, which falls on January 26th. The function was held in Riyadh in the presence of the authority's governor, Engineer Suhail Abnami, and representatives of the customs clearance system from the relevant authorities. Saudi announced up to 1 million riyal fine for tourism facilities violating rules. Saudi Arabia's Ministry of Tourism on Sunday announced new penalties on tourism facilities violating government rules. In a tweet on its official handle, the ministry said the move is to complement its efforts to develop the kingdom's tourism sector. The ministry warned of fines of up to 1 million riyals and closure of the facilities that do not obtain a license before March 25th. The new rule targets tourism accommodation facilities management, tour operators, general travel and tourism services, travel and tourism agencies, tourism accommodation booking, tourism consultancy and tour guides. The facilities which already have a license should apply the new regulation standards of each activity, while the unlicensed facilities should obtain a license before March 25th, the ministry said. UAE and Gulf braced for rain and thunder this week. Rain is forecast for much of the Gulf this week, with temperatures dropping as low as 9 degrees Celsius in the Emirates. The National Center of Meteorology said showers were expected throughout the week. Qatar and Eastern Saudi Arabia will see a deluge on Tuesday, with the weather front moving east to the Emirates. The heaviest rain will fall on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Seas will be rough throughout the week, so swimmers should take care. In Kuwait and southern Iraq, heavy fog brought weather alerts, with Kuwait's 3 main ports halting maritime traffic for a time on Sunday. Dubai opened Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Street and 2 bridges to ease traffic. The Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Al Nahyan Street Improvement Project, which covers 3 kilometers from the intersection with the Dubai Aligned Road up to the Academic City roundabout, has been opened. Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority also opened 2 120-meter bridges at the intersection of Dubai Silicon Oasis, comprising 4 lanes in each direction. These improvements ensure smooth traffic flow in both directions of Sheikh Zayed bin Hamdan Al Nahyan Street, raising the capacity to 14,400 vehicles per hour in both directions. Turkish elections to be held on May 14th. President Tayyip Erdogan said Turkey would hold elections on May 14th, a month earlier than scheduled, setting up a tight test of his leadership after 2 decades in power. The president's office released video footage on Sunday of Erdogan announcing the date during a meeting with young voters in the northwestern province of Busra. Late on Saturday, opinion polls show the parliamentary and presidential elections will be tight and will mark Erdogan's biggest test in his 2 decades at the reins of the national military power, NATO member and major emerging market economy, Reuters reported. With that, we come to the end of today's news. Stay tuned for daily news updates in BMC News Live English at 7:30 p.m. every day. I am Vinod Narayanan signing off from BMC News Live. Good night.